All right, so I'm Chuck Spangler. I'm the program director at Travis County Starflight. We are a county-based government operation. We serve the public both or in multiple roles. Austin, Texas is the state government seat. It's the state capital. And inside Travis County, we have about 1.5 million residents. And so we serve them primary. We're funded by taxpayer-based dollars. We do have we're a 135 certificate holder through the FAA, so we are able to reimburse the county's general funds to some extent to help offset our operating expenses. And so I'll show you just a couple pictures here and then explain what we do and why or how we came about purchasing the AW169s. So this is a shot of one of our new aircraft that we just went into service in August of this past year. We've got 3 of them. We had 4 other aircraft. We sold all of those. One of those was a firefighting only, but because of the capabilities of this aircraft, we didn't need that anymore. So now we have 3 AW169s. In the background is the state capitol there in Austin, Texas. And you can see by the terrain, we're not mountainous. You can see a little bit by the terrain. We're not a mountainous place out there, but we do have a lot of very rugged terrain to the west side and the southwest and northwest parts of our town. And this is a shot of one of our aircraft landing on our primary trauma center, which is in downtown Austin. It's the Dell Seton Medical Center at University of Texas of Austin, which is also a major university teaching hospital. This will give you a little idea of some of the terrain I was talking about. It's not like it's thousands of feet sheer cliffs, but there are cliffs that run up to maybe up to 300 feet sometimes. And it's a very popular outdoor recreational area, so people spend a lot of time, especially in good weather, and they're out hiking and climbing, mountain biking, and doing all kinds of activities that lend to trauma. And then the first responders that get to them have a difficult time getting them quickly out of those environments and getting them to proper care as quickly as possible. That's where we come in with hoist operations. So we do a lot of hoist operations, swift water hoist operations, still water hoist operations, high angle rescues. We fight fires, and then we do the helicopter air ambulance piece, and then we do limited law enforcement assists. And we call them assists because we're not gun-carrying police officers. We just help them do searches, search perimeters, and things like that when they need to, when they need us. Firefighting operations, again, in Central Texas we have a lot of fires. We're typically dry. We've been getting a good amount of rain the last couple of years, which usually means that it's more fuel because we're headed into another 5 to 7 years of drought with a lack of water, and so we end up fighting a lot of fires. The idea is there are other firefighting assets in Texas. Typically it's Texas Forest Service, where they bring in government contract that are stationed at different locations in Texas. And then we have the Army National Guard that will stage. If they're not deployed in combat, then they will also fight fires. So our job as initial attack is to get there quickly and hopefully knock these fires down before they have an opportunity to build up into a bigger fire. And so we work very closely with all of the fire departments, the volunteer fire departments, and all these little agencies out there to assist them to get on a fire quick and knock it down. All right, so that's for that. And so that's pretty much the basis of what we do. Why we chose these aircraft. We went through the RFP process to determine a greater capability for us based on customer needs in the helicopter air ambulance world. Our customers that we serve, specialty teams especially, neonates, pediatric ICUs, high-risk OB transfers, those kinds of things. The main hospitals that are either in Austin, Dallas, Houston, and for Austin is the ones that we serve, they're going further and further out to pick up patients that need specialized care back in Austin. And so we needed to go further. And what was happening is in our old aircraft, based on payload and fuel loads, we could get there, but then we were having to stop and hot refuel in little bitty small towns in the middle of the night with a critical kid on board or a critical mother on board. and it's just a very dangerous way to do business, and we didn't want to do that. And so we went through the process, and the AW169 really is the only one that came through the RFP process that meet our needs, and that is payload, power, along with all the modern technology. So now we're transitioning into an IFR program with the entire low-level hospital approach networks. So we've got 10 approaches that have been built for us so far in the Austin area that we can depart from and recover to, that are proprietary to us, that we can go out and serve the public because a lot of our calls that are below our FAA operational specification minimums, but they're well within the approach minimums of these low-level approaches, these LPV approaches. And so we're really looking forward to that. And then, of course, with the aircraft, the technology, the 4-axis autopilot, and all those kinds of things, it's a capability we've never had before, and we're looking forward to transitioning into a more robust program even more. We've been around since 1985. We've had multiple aircraft changes over the years, starting with 206s all the way through until now with the AW169. We're quite pleased with it. The aircraft performs like a workhorse, and so we're happy with that. We went into service with these in August of last year, and so we're still learning them, and our guys are still getting lots of repetitions. So we're doing lots and lots of training because I need the guys in the thing as much as possible to get used to the aircraft. And the same thing with the medical crews in the back, because it's a different configuration than what we were used to. But it's all going very well. And so that's about it. Anything else?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome everybody to our annual press conference here at the Heli-Expo. So in the next, I will say 1 hour, I will try to give you an overview on where the Leonardo helicopter is, the progress that we made this year, and what we want to do, and which kind of target, what we are planning to do in the next year. So if we move to this chart, I think the most important thing is that we definitely are on track on our industrial plan, on all our targets. We are successfully on target. We now have a solid family product, and I have to say we are very well positioned and well diversified across the end markets. I think we have been able to perform both on both market and civil and in military. And I think we also did a quite good performance, notwithstanding the market, the civil market is still showing some kind of a slowdown. So we still don't foresee any kind of growth, at least in the next 12, 18 months. So we are clearly now, we confirm our leadership, at least on the attractive, in the most attractive segment, and we are quite satisfied on what we achieved so far. Briefly, if we look to the results of the 2019, we put on the slide the 9 months results. You all know that we are part of a listed company, so we are in a kind of blackout period, so we cannot provide you with the information, with numbers on the full year, because we still have to present to the investor and to make it public. But you can see definitely how it's going since September, how it's going the trend of the division. So we are really performing very well in all the key data. Commercially, we have an order increase. We take out the Qatar. We are greater than last year at the third quarter, and we reconfirm the fact that also fourth quarter went very well, and we believe that we will be with a book-to-bill ratio higher than 1, so we continue to have the chance to grow. This turn into the performance on the revenue, which is better and absolutely in line with the growth that we promised on our industrial plan. And also on the profitability side, we have a material step up compared with the last year. You may remember that we publicly says that we have the target to be double digit in 2020. I think we do reconfirm this target. We feel quite confident on that. And you will see that also the performance 2019 will be an excellent performance, and we will be very, very close. So we are absolutely coherent with this industrial plan. If we look to the commercial achievement in a bit more with more details, we have to say that the difficulties that is showing the civil market in terms of growth, and we all know that we are in a market has a size on the range of 3 billion, which is really by far from what we used to see a few years ago. But notwithstanding this market, I think the performance of the division of the Leonardo has been very good. We believe that thanks to our product portfolio, we really are able to offer a quite wide range of product. And we have been able to offer to all in different geographies really an outstanding numbers of product, and also with the configuration that has been able to respond promptly to what the market was requiring. In several segments that goes from the search and rescue to the EMS, and also in the offshore, in the oil and gas, that is still having some issue, but also on that specific segment, we have been able to get some new order. And if we look to the current fleet so far, all our helicopters are flying, which is extremely important for us. In a market, in a segment where there is a number of difficulties, all our helicopters are flying. There is no one which is ground. And at the end, we cannot forget the VIP market where we reconfirm our leading position with approximately 40% of market share. If we move to the military market, I like to call this as an opportunistic market, because even if we may be talking about a 15 billion markets, of which 40% could be our reference market, but actually what really can make the difference is the opportunity that you foresee in the pipeline. I think in the last 2 years, I think we had quite significant numbers of success. And what we can say is that now the dual use, which has been until 2 years ago, 3 years ago, just a theoretical, now it is a reality. And the combination, the combined effect of the dual use and the specialized platform are really giving us numbers of success, and they made a diversified backlog, so that now we can face also some difficulties on the civil market, and thanks to the order that we have in the backlog, we can continue to grow, and we can deliver what we promise on the industrial plan, that which is as a material grow year over year, and notwithstanding some difficulties that everybody has, because obviously we cannot be stronger than the market, but we can mitigate as much as we can some difficulties that we have on the market. So I think that this we had in the past, we can see on the chart some of the example that we won important bid on the specialized, such as the 101 in Poland, but also in the dual use, like the 139, like the 169 in Italy, that becomes to be the light utility helicopter for Italy, and also other platforms like for the 189. I mean, it's extremely important that now all our products of the families as a real dual use. This introduced the latest and most recent and outstanding success with the 119, the T119. That actually, let me say that we are really proud of this success. And I want to really take the opportunity, first of all, to thank the Navy. We wish to thank the Navy for giving us such a huge opportunity. We want to thank the Navy for running an excellent procurement program. Really, they were excellent and very good on managing this process. And I want also to take the opportunity to thank all the team that really did a great job. Thank you, guys. The guys that are here did here in the United States that have been capable to lead this campaign, but the entire division really supported this. It couldn't be possible without such a huge effort. So thank you, first of all, to all the team and to all the cost. So as I said, I'm really proud. It's the second success in a row in a 15 months, which is really outstanding. And we just raised the expectation. So we will more and more will come. And that is important because the first one with the MH139 we did together jointly with Boeing, and Boeing was the prime. This time we did as a prime. So it's extremely important for us that we have been able to win such a bid, because this gave us confidence about the credibility and how reliable we are considered by the customer. So I think that we have been able to offer the best value solution in terms of value and in terms of product. And I think that we have been really capable to show to this customer the solidity of the company, not just because of the products, but we have been capable to offer a solution, the entire solution. That's what we need. That's what we expect to do in the future, in the civil and in the military market. So the 119 platform, I think, really opened a numbers of new opportunities all over the world. So I'm really happy for that. Now let's talk about a bit more about the family, and we definitely have to start with the 139, the jewel, our jewel, and is the best seller of our family. you all know that we deliver the 1,000 this year. I would say I will add the first 1,000 because we want to do another 1,000 soon. And for that reason, we believe that it's still the best seller. It's a product that a machine, a platform really can do everything everywhere in all the condition. And we believe that we are continuing, obviously, to invest on that product, like for the other of the family. And you can see by visiting also our stand at the air show that the new feature that we are putting on that, like the new avionics upgrade that we are doing together with the Honeywell, that will introduce a new navigation and data management capabilities. The 169, the youngest. I think that this product, notwithstanding the difficulties that we had on this product, did an excellent market performance with over 220 orders so far, and we recently delivered the 100th to a UK EMS customer. I think that it was born for really deliver outstanding versatility everywhere for all the mission. And believe me, that's a commitment that we took, and we reconfirm that will be a great product. With the certification, we got the certification, the military certification with the AW169M back in September, which opens clearly a new opportunity for us. And here at the Heli-Expo, we are presenting the performance enhancement package for this product. So we will have an engine power increase, so we will have an increased payload in several operational conditions for all the missions. So similarly to the 139 and the 189, the 169 will have the best power to weight in its category. And this new capability will be certified within this year. So really in less than 12 months. If we want, obviously, if you come to our stand or if you want to ask any question, I mean, more than me, that we have my colleagues that will be able to provide with the numbers of detail on that. So I believe that this is the youngest, but it will be another great product for the Leonardo family. If we move to the 189, last but not certainly the least, the AW189 allowed us to maintain the leadership in the super medium category by order, delivery, flight hours, and overall market presence, I would say. This includes also the offshore markets best choice with over 40 helicopters delivered to a major operators. I think this with this double engine could really maintain its leadership on its category. And we have a launch customer now for the Aneto 1K engine, which is the Gulf helicopter in Qatar. And we expect to perform the delivery in the second half this year, 2020. Well, let's talk now about our presence in United States. United States market is definitely a key for us. is our home market with a strong industrial presence and commercial that has been that's grown in the last 40 years. Now in Philly we have, in Philadelphia we have more than 700 people, right, Bill? And we are planning to really increase the employment over there because of the of the activity that we want to perform over there. We have a 3 assembly line. But what is important that a few years ago, Philadelphia was purely an assembly line with 2-3 products. Now becomes really an important center of excellence for managing numbers of important programs. Because in the United States we have been capable to lead the campaign of the 119. We did the 139 together with Boeing. We are now managing the FAA 609 certification. So the complexity of the activity that we are performing in Philly is extremely important. And also we will open the training academy by June this year, if I am not wrong, where we will have numbers of full flight simulator, including the 609. And it will be extremely important because it will be even before the certification, so we can use this to really perform and simulate a numbers of things. So we are quite happy with that. And I'm really satisfied, one more time, how this facility is performing, thanks to Bill and his team. Thank you very much for whatever you are doing for Leonardo Helicopter. So a bit of information for the 609, which is extremely important for us. We are satisfied and in line with the plan. We have over 1,600 flight hours now logged. The AC-4 aircraft is now flying. The first 2 production aircraft is under assembly. And as I said, we will have the first, at the worldwide level, the first full flight simulator soon, under assembly at the CAE. And they will be installed soon in Philly. So we are proceeding, and we are really getting close to this certification. This allowed me to get into a very important concept item, which is the customer support and training. I mean, when I started this role 2.5 years ago, I really thought that this has to be critical for us. And we have been making a numbers of progress on that. So I always thought that we are not selling just a platform, but we are selling, as I said before, a solution, but we are selling also a system. And we all know that actually, since when we sell a product, we sell an helicopter to a customer, it's just the initial phase. But it's some kind of a path of journey that we start together. In this respect, the customer support and training is critical. It's really crucial to really raise and increase our credibility. That's why we are really pushing a lot and investing a lot on that field, because we believe that by doing this, really we can increase and raise the credibility that we have towards our customer, towards our partner. So customer support and training is a strong priority, as a business line for us, is key. And also on that, we really experience a material growth all over the year. We are expanding a numbers of services available. We are digitalizing a number of services that we have, and we will continue to invest on that, to be even more competitive on that activity. As I said, you can see on this chart some numbers, and they give you the picture on the progress that we made so far on that. And I really invite you to come to the stand, because you can get even additional further detail on that to really get a full and complete idea of what we are doing on that. So let's just briefly, let's have a look at what we are doing to enhance and speed up our capability to digitalize our service offer. So we are really moving into a data-driven organization with a continuous improvement of enabling technologies, cloud, a cybersecure solution, predictive analysis, and predictive maintenance. Believe me, data, I know that you share with me this, but data management will be the future. We believe on that. The potentiality that we have on the data management, on the digitalization, on leveraging on this, it's incredible. It's huge. In the next 5 years, we aim at transforming all of this in a way we will consider the helicopter as a service, as I said. Platform will be always connected with the real-time monitoring, 24 hours for 7 days, supported by artificial intelligence, enhancing mission planning system. To give a few examples, as we move, we will have an initiative that we call the Leonardo Helicopter Advanced Services, where we will integrate a range of digital tool set into one single portal with obviously secure environment. This will provide our customer, and I would say our partner, a customized, versatile access to all the required services. One more time, I invite you to come to the booth, to our booths, to get more detail on that. Let's have a look a bit on what we are doing for the future and where we are. What is flashing? It's getting tired also there. I will stop to talk soon so that we can move to the question. Okay, you know that we are definitely continues to invest to support our product portfolio, no doubt. We said something about the 139, the 169, and the YT9, so this will be mandatory to really, but we would also look ahead, a bit ahead, what we can do on the medium long term. And we will continue to invest in a new product. We will continue to invest in disruptive technology. One of the example is the 609. We will continue, we will keep going on our certification, and we are continue to invest also in the next generation. We will bring the AW609 at the Expo in Dubai this year. And we believe that it represents really a revolutionary approach to point-to-point connection to link cities landing and taking off downtown from also modern terminals. But we are also investing on unmanned product. And we are investing into RUAS capabilities. We also have this Hero, and we did recently. We have demonstrated all the advantages in several locations. One of that has been done recently is the demonstration on the European Ocean 2020 Maritime Surveillance demo that we did last year. So, as you may know, we are keep investing to support our current product portfolio. We are also investing on new technology, and obviously we keep also an eyes on whatever is key to keep our company to really be continuous to be the leading company on the rotorcraft industry. Before we end my presentation, I will be really my last company. One comment on the urban mobility and VTOL. You know that there is a lot of talking around this. Obviously, we are carefully watching at this. We are also looking at this. We are investing also in that direction. And we are really convinced that in one way or another, we are aware that it requires a partnering effort on that, on which we can have some synergy. And that in this new area, it's a combination of new technology, new material, new regulation, new certification, and we are really looking closely to that. And considering this new, all this, the combination of all these factors, we will provide to you a bit more evidence of what we are thinking and doing at the right time. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you for your attention.
Tony Osborne with Aviation Week. 2 questions, if I may. Sorry, just to clarify, just now you were talking about UAM, Urban Air Mobility, Electric VTOL. Does that mean you've taken the Project Zero demonstrator out of retirement? Are you experimenting with that? And secondly, what's going on with the Rega AW169? You mentioned you're doing de-icing on it. Where are you with that development work?
Okay, I will start giving some answer after I will have someone of my colleagues to give you a bit more detail. Well, I say that we are looking to all these new things, definitely hybrid, definitely electric power is somehow the future. There is a numbers of talk around, numbers of investment, numbers of demonstrators. We are making our study on that. The Project Zero has been one demonstrator, as you say, that give us some experience. We want to continue on that, whether with this or another, but we will go on the direction to see how feasible will be the use of such technology. Maybe we will do this. We'll do at the division level, but also at the group level. I think this will be a priority to define how to proceed and invest on that. As I said, we are making a number of assessments on that. We will be with a bit more detail in the near future to see how can we proceed on that. But definitely we will be there. Most likely with some partner, because we believe that numbers of new actors are new coming on this field. We we will see, but definitely we will continue to be a key player on that. For Rega, I mean, Carlo, if you want to say, we are proceeding on developing the icing for Rega. Absolutely, we are on track with that. And we are as planned. I mean, it's, if you want to give some additional detail on that, or Fabio, if you want to.
We start this winter. We start with the first icing campaign in Alaska, and the second year, next year, in the winter season, we will continue to collect all the data from the flight. So our goal is to certify at the end of these two campaign the helicopter according to the applicable rules. So we are in touch with the Reagan, so we are cooperating with them, and so our goal is to certify as soon as possible after the activity with the winter campaign.
We have the time constraint of these two winter campaign to do this, and we share this plan with the customer, so it's absolutely aligned.
Right here, gentlemen. Dan Parsons with Vertical Magazine. So you've, congratulations on the 119 and the 139, obviously, but that means you've added two major production campaigns to your Philadephia facility where the 609 and everything else is being built. So can you talk a little bit about the capacity you have now and any plans for necessary expansion?
Well, I will start giving you an answer, and after Bill, I'd like you to complete it. Well, that's exactly what I was trying to say before. I mean, we really made a step up on Philly, on that. And like all the company that has a target for growing, they got to face such a kind of an issue. No? So we believe that we have all the capability and the skill to really well perform on that. You are right. We really from a pure assembly we move to a center where we have important things to manage. But the results so far has been outstanding, because if we just took the 119, the relationship with the customer, I mean, the feedback we got from the customer has been absolutely excellent in terms of relationship, in terms of capability to manage as a prime directly with the customer, to face the customer on that. So the return that we got were absolutely excellent. In the MH139, we now is 1 year that we have been performing. We delivered this. As far as I know, the customer is extremely happy with that.
Very.
So, we are under a certain degree of confidentiality on that, but we actually are really satisfied how the things are proceeding. It doesn't mean that we are under evaluating the situation. So the complexity is embedded on our, we know, Bill is fully aware of that, the entire team, because we really act as a team. It's not Philly by themselves that can solve the problem. We have the solution all over the division, and we are able to face this, and we are quite sure that we can satisfy the customer. Absolutely. Bill, if you want to complete it.
So from a site perspective, we've been working on a vision and strategy since 2014, knowing that in our hearts, we believed that we were going to reach some positive outcomes. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, did I think we would win the MH and the TH? I may have smiled a little, but we were always thinking that we were going to get there, and so we've been planning for this for 5 years. So the MH at the current rate the program is at is 8 aircraft a year for 10 years. So we just really consider that part of the 139 rate built in the same line as the normal 139s we build. And if you've ever been to the factory, you know that we build different configurations one after the other. And the first 4 that, by the way, were built and delivered ahead of schedule to Boeing were all built in the same commercial line as the rest of the 139s. The TH is a little bit bigger of a challenge. The rates on the TH are high. When I say high, higher than the M, in that we're looking at 3 a month rates coming out of that program alone. However, from a vision and strategy, as Gian Piero said earlier, we are about to open up the training academy. Well, when we redid the warehouse and we put the plan in place for the training academy, we tucked away a little bit of an extra space for us to be able to open up an additional 119 line. So we've been planning this. The capitalization is already in our CapEx plan for the year. And then that site vision and strategy talks about what we need to do different with our airport location in cooperation with the Philly airport, with the city, with the state. We just recently had a meeting on Friday with all of those participants to understand how do we progress with the plan in an aggressive way. But we're on track. As Gian Piero has said, we have a very happy customer in Boeing with the M program. We just had the 300th delivery celebration in Philadephia, so we delivered our 300th 139. The M just happened, M number 3 happened to be the 300th. We had the chance to have the Air Force there with us, and it was a great celebration. I will tell you that one of the realisms that are coming out of this with both the M and the TH is that commercial off the shelf is an answer. And the Air Force has stood in front of us twice now at the ceremony down in Florida and the ceremony up in Philadephia and said to us, no one believed that in 18 months we'd go from contract award to a platform sitting in front of us, and it's happened. And the realization is it's going to happen on TH as well. So we're ready, we're prepared. We've been, as Gian Piero said as well, we've been preparing Matteo, the team that has worked, Fabio, Vittorio, the team that has worked with us all along has helped us to get to the point to be mature enough to do this, and that's what we're here for.
Have you sold any?
For the K, no, we have a launch customer for the K, and we have numbers of opportunity in the pipeline, and we will have soon other orders.
Ken Swartz, VFS Vertiflight magazine. I'm interested in the 609. A couple questions. One, have you gone to the customer base with a target price for the aircraft? And secondly, what with the first 2 aircraft for ERA, I understand there's going to be sort of extensive flying, but what are the plans for those first 2 aircraft when they enter service?
Well, the 609, as you know, yes, we actually have an order for the 609 on top of the one for ERA. And we also obviously went to the customer with a price. We have a plan share with ERA because it's our launch customer, and we are planning to do a numbers of activity together with ERA. So it's a special agreement that we had with this customer, which is, I have to say, a partner, and also, it's not really. And that will help really to define the capability of the 609, to define really all the proper configuration that we want to do in the next 2 years. Will be critical to go with the customer on defining this final phase of the development. And I got to say that we are really satisfied about that. It's not really. You want to add anything, Carlo, on that?
Sorry, Guy Norris from Aviation Week. You mentioned the green innovations and technology innovations that you're looking at for the future. Under Clean Sky 2, obviously you're working on the next generation civil tilt rotor. You selected the GE engine for that, I think, last year. Are there any major equipment selections still to be made, and are you still on track for 2023 first flight? Thank you.
Yes, definitely we are on track on the overall plan with this plan that you just mentioned on the next generation. Do we have, as far as you know, I mean, any specific that we can disclose or something like the engine that we want to? I asked to my colleague that they may know better than me, absolutely, on that, on such accounts.
Next gen TD, so as Gian Piero said, is on schedule for first flight in 2023. Engines G. I think we are not in a position to share any other procurement which needs to be completed, but the program is on track for that.
Hello, Scott McKenzie, Heliops magazine. I'm just interested in your presentation, there was no mention of China. What's your view on the China market?
On the China market? Well, for us, it's on the civil side, obviously, only on the civil side. It's an important market. You know that we have down there important dealer, operator, which has now significant numbers of helicopters, specifically on the EMS segment. So for us, like everybody, I believe, has to consider China as an important market. So, absolutely.